when you eat garden diet, the specific dynamic energy is so high that you're probably going to get back just what you have spent digesting the food. But when you sit down and eat hyperglycemic food that will give you 5,000 calories right away, some of them are pre-digested. You know, when you are eating ball, you don't chew it, you just, because it's already pre-digested, it's been cooked, so it can still digest a little. Digestibility coefficient is very poor, but it will still digest a little. Bulk of it is going to be wasted. But you cannot eat salad like that. It's not possible. You can't swallow salad. You chew, you exercise the mouth. You can't chew, you can't eat nuts like that. You don't break walnut or pecan or anything and just swallow. You need to chew. You exercise the jaw. And you see, all this mechanism will help to wake your body up for digestion. So God has programmed us in such a way. Sorry, haven't I spent, how many more minutes do I have? Should I go ahead? Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. Please let me have the next. Okay. Please let me have the next. Okay. So I say a national food pyramid has been lacking in Nigeria to the best of my knowledge. And affluence has moved the urban population from their ancestral diet almost completely into modern diets. It's fashionable to go to people and they want to entertain you with modern diet, you know. But that might not be the best for you. There's nothing wrong with akamu and moi moi. I ask people not to eat akara because they keep using the same oil over and over and over again. If you can use the oil only once and throw it away, of course you can eat akara. Of course. But because you see, oil has 4 enemies. Oil. Number 1 is moisture. Number 2 is oxygen. Number 3 is heat. Number 4 is light. These 4 things can change the chemistry of oil. So once you subject oil to deep frying, it's gone. That oil is no longer fit to cook any other thing. You have to throw it away. You see the challenge? Why not avoid akara? If my house girl told me, I told her, please, when you fry anything, you throw the oil away. So one day I was looking for something in the kitchen and I came to a pot full of oil. I said, Ebenezer, what are you doing with this? He said, it is the oil I fried. I said, what are you doing? He said, I can't throw it away, sir. So I beg her in the name of God. I said, you see, God has blessed me to say that I can afford to buy oil each time I need it. Please. And I don't want, because I don't want you to destroy yourself too. The body does not know what to do. You've been hearing the word trans fat. The body does not have a clue as to what to do with trans fat. The body doesn't have any problem handling cholesterol. You don't have any problem with cholesterol. But because anything that God created, God put cholesterol in the egg. God put, without cholesterol, the cow will become jellyfish, will just flow. That's what keeps it together. For people that they fear cholesterol, we recommend fish. Water is 80 times denser than air. So fish needs less cholesterol for its integrity. So that's why we recommend fish over meat, over beef, for example. But there's nothing absolutely that cholesterol could do to you, except if you mix it to oxidize, or you don't know how to handle the fallout from its metabolism. That is when cholesterol now starts to flow in your blood. Cholesterol is not your enemy, for God's sake. Cholesterol is a super antioxidant. Cholesterol is needed in your brain. It's needed to make your sex hormones. It's needed to make your prostaglandins. So it's not an enemy. Because when you hear people talking of cholesterol, you will run away. I have challenged a few cardiologists that amongst people you are medicating, you've lowered some people's cholesterol to a level that you don't have any excuse to, you don't have any explanation for their stroke or their heart attack. Because everything is normal. Yet they are having heart attack. Yet they are having stroke. And there are people carrying very high level and nothing happens to them. That is the time I look into reality protein C as the enemy. I look at ApoA. There are a lot of indices there that you can look at. But I don't know why cholesterol has become this victim. So, the next slide. Aha, this is what we are talking about. And that's an American at work. Some burgers could carry up to 3,000 calories, one burger, with different layers of cheese and beef. You know, you see, the last thing that you should eat are all this minced meat, like corned beef. Because when a cow has cancer, who is going to separate the cancer and say, oh, don't let's mix this with the corned beef? Who? Everything is milled. You people keeping poultry or having livestock farms, you know what I'm talking about. If your chickens, your broilers are not sold as of the day due, what do you start to see? Death, sickness. Some of them will go lame because they can't carry the weight. Will you separate the lame one when you are selling? And then some of them are minced into all these kind of things. Please ensure that you know what is going into you. Please, I beg you, in the name of God. The next slide, the watchword is balance. Balanced. A balanced diet. A balanced diet that has the appropriate amount of protein with the right profile. You eat protein not because you see the feathers of a chicken is 90-something% protein, but it's not digestible. Blood is 90-something% protein, but it's not digestible. So we want a protein that you can digest and that can appropriate your amino acid requirements. Because we eat meat, we eat protein sources to meet requirement for what we call amino acids. And the issue with amino acid is that some of them are essential and they must be present at a good level. It's like trying to dam a river with vertical poles. The river will spill at the height of the shortest pole. And all the tall, even if you have one that's as tall as this building and one is as short like this, you are wasting your money. The water will still go at the level of the shortest pole. So that is why your protein must be high quality protein. And also the carbohydrate. The carbohydrate per se, you can do without it. But it is the only source of fiber. So if you are eating carbohydrates that do not contain fiber, then you are poisoning yourself. The reason why an adult should eat carbohydrate is because of the fiber and the nutrients in it. But if your carbohydrate is semo, that is made from white flour or white grains or pando yam that does not contain any fiber, the content is coated there. There's no fiber. There's no vitamin. There's no mineral. Then you are poisoning yourself. The same thing with white bread. So you need to have a source of carbohydrate that has fiber, that has nutrients. And then again, oil. The purpose of eating oil is for the oil-soluble vitamins, including the essential fatty acids. You must have been hearing of omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, omega-7. Not all of them are essential, but some are very essential because your body cannot make them. That is the meaning of essential. So you have to get them from your food. Now, for every 1,000 calories, you need 10 grams of fiber. That is it. For every 1,000 calories of food that you consume, whether from protein, from carbohydrate, or from fat, you need 10 grams. So if you are eating 3,000 calories a day, how many grams of fiber? 30. So your diet must balance your daily requirements for protein, for fiber, for each of the minerals and the vitamins. The number one killer in the world today is heart disease. I pray that in this assembly, in all of its branches, the Lord shall preserve our heart. The blood of Jesus that is in us will help us in following the principles of God, to eat food that will nourish our souls, in Jesus' name. So let me have the next now for the elderly. Most of us are now in 50s, 60s, 70s. As you grow older, you have to de-emphasize high-calorie food because you don't have a need for it. You need to de-emphasize high-calorie food. All those swallow are very high in calorie. This is the time to start adding. You see, you can start by introducing things like carrot, cabbage, spring beans, broccoli into your rice. Half enough. You need to start by cooking with just extra virgin olive oil. Or you look for good palm oil. You see, in those days, people don't sell last year palm oil. But now, if the color has changed, they will add color red. So that when you see it, you'll be wondering, what kind of oil is this? I say it's new oil from Ghana. Because if you say Nigeria, you know that you will know that there's no oil like this in Nigeria. So that is why I stop some people from eating palm oil. People come to me and say palm oil contains calorie. So stop all this bunkum. Which calorie? I mean, which cholesterol? Where is cholesterol coming from? What is the name of the cholesterol? What is the formula? So the safest to cook with now is olive oil. Extra virgin, first cold pressed olive oil. Any virgin oil is good. We have soya oil that is virgin. We have avocado oil. We have almond oil. We have rice bran oil. We have all kinds of oils that are virgin. It's never been exposed to heat. And it's raw. It's not been refined. Those are the kind of oil, even sunflower oil, from which you can get vitamin E, get some other vitamins that you don't know from them. So all these are things we should include in our diet. The next, please. So I've said it. Way forward is to come back to God. But you see, in James 1:17, the Bible says there's no shadow of turning, no variation with God. He's the same God yesterday, today, and forever. And then you don't have any business with preservatives like butylated anisole or butylated hydroxyanisole, that's BHA, or butylated toluene, BTA. These are very poisonous preservatives that are allowed in food industries. Next one, please. You see, I brought out the dirty dozen food additives. Number one there, go down. Propyl gallate. That is used in oil and in vegetable oil to preserve, to stabilize them and preserve product in meat, in potato chips, chicken soup, chewing gums. They use all these things. So you need to go and research all these things to see them and see the damage they do to your health. Next one. Next one. Potassium bromate. Now, you know, it's becoming popular that bakers are now being advised not to add that. Only God knows the level of bromate in you and I. So go to the next one. Monosodium glutamate, MSG. The active component of Maggi, of Knorr, of all the condiments. If I need another seminar to talk on that. It's not something that we can talk on like this. It is a psychoactive food. It's addictive, like cocaine. For people that are used to it, when you stop them, it's like, okay, what next can I eat if I don't use Maggi? And you ask them the question, what is Maggi? They say, I don't know. Then why are you eating something you don't know? So let's go to the next one. Aspartame. For those of you who love to drink sugar-free drinks, I strongly advise you, if you want to take sugar, take sugar. Leave things you don't know alone. Next one. Acesulfame potassium is another sweetener. All these have caused bladder cancer in rats. And we believe strongly it could cause disease in man too. Next one. Olestra is, this oil that they say you can fry with. The trouble in it, when you go online, you will see for yourself. The next one. Hydrogenated oil. I've spoken about that. Vegetable shortening should not be in the diet of a man, because it is all trans fat. So you find that in margarine, you find it in vegetable shortening that they use in baking, some confectionaries. You need to be careful with them. Next, dyes. For people that love to eat candies and drink colored drinks and so on, you need to be careful. Some of these dyes are carcinogenic. They can cause cancer. Now, blue 1, blue 2 are notorious. Red 3, very notorious. Yellow dye number 6, number 10 are all notorious. Well, our children are more concerned. And then there I said our children should benefit tremendously from current available information so that we can have a proud posterity. It was for our sake that the Lord allowed Satan to tempt him, so we can know for sure that man is not for bread alone. Why turn stone into bread? What if the devil comes with his work and the stone goes back to what it is inside you? You see, Christ is very wise. He knew where he was going. He was waiting for him to swallow the bread, and he would turn it back to stone. But he was wiser than the wisest. So, don't let's tempt ourselves with things that we should not be eating. Please go on. I think I will leave this copy with the conference people. This is just a sample of a balanced diet. What your morning should be, and what you can start your morning with, what your breakfast should be. Go on. These are all examples of what we can eat. Go on. It's always good to eat in piecemeal. rather than feasting. Our stomach is not too large that we should overfill it. Most of the time, food takes the whole volume, no space for water and air. I think we shouldn't eat more than a third of the stomach, so that we leave a third for water and a third for air. So, go on. You see, I gave there 6 meals a day. The same meal you will eat feasting one time, and you become blind temporarily after finishing it. You can split it into 6. Take a little at a time, and vary the meal so that you get more nutrients. Okay, go on. Go on. Go on. All right, and then come to the last because the time is gone. All right, you see, there's something called self-food. It's oxygen. It's a good addition to you. I'm not marketing it. I just want to inform you. It's a good addition to start your day with a few drops of that oxygen, so that you can actually oxidize everything that was in you overnight, that your regular shallow breathing cannot cope with. Because most of us, we breathe our breath is very shallow. We don't take in enough oxygen. Even by the time your blood, the hemoglobin gets to the cell to exchange with the myoglobin, the oxygen is gone. So, but you can enrich yourself with more oxygen. In a body that is saturated with oxygen, cancer cannot survive. It thrives in anaerobic condition. Yes, please. Then you see, the vitamins are not equally created. You see, the vitamins we deal with are food concentrates that have been concentrated to clinical potency, not laboratory manufactured vitamins. No, we concentrate vitamins from food. When next you are buying a vitamin, make sure it's food based, so that you are not adding more impurity to your own body. Next, I spoke of a cellular nutrition when I was in Benin. It's called Vida Cell. Please go down so that they can see the. Okay, that is the box. That is made entirely from rice. It is made in Thailand. Rice is their major product in Thailand. In Thailand, that box of 30 sells for $120. And it sells like hot cake. It is something that supports your nutrition from the cellular level. Take note of that word online and read about it. It might help you. It addresses even congenital problems. For as long as that problem is rooted in your cell, that product can help you. At this point, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you so much.